Welcome back to Lord Roustabout's Brockton's Celestial Forge. When we last left off, the MC, Yusuf, was contemplating the fact that Bakukita, I don't know how to say it, was going to have to take time to get set up, since she didn't have the ability to carry around her workshop in their pocket like he did. There was a limitation in the fact that she had to build consumable devices. I didn't know how good her manufacturing was, but if ABB was willing to throw enough resources behind her, things could get messy. There had been something of a stalemate between the gangs for years, but every time a new cape showed up, there were flare-ups. If they were strong enough, then territorial lines could be redrawn, where things would usually settle eventually. Tinkers were different. They were pure force multiplier. Tinkers were capes that didn't technically operate based on a limited set of powers, so counters were only effective to a point. Squealer was probably the only reason the merchants were still a proper gang, rather than a couple parahuman thugs operating out of the bad part of town. If Bakuda was half as good, then the city would be heading for a gang war. I clicked on the video link, Bomb Threat Cornell, and watched it play out. The video did little to assure me, particularly the effect of the detonations. So, Tinker that triggered in relation to their college life. That hit close to home. Well, she might not have triggered due to that, but somehow I doubted she'd make the college her first target if it hadn't somehow had some connection to how she got her powers. I knew how messed up Tinkers could get, the long drawn-out nightmare that led to their triggers, and how nightmarish the powers could actually get. When I think about what kind of power I could have ended up with, it makes it hard to sleep. The variety of explosion types either means that she's an incredibly versatile tinker, or she has little control over what she's making. Knowing what I do about tinker powers, I'm leaning towards the latter. Unknown crafting is a dangerous combination with any tinker ability, but combine it with an explosive specialist, and you have a nightmare. I felt my power try and latch onto a moat from a new constellation. The rate my reach was growing wasn't constant, but it seemed to be getting faster on average. As the moat of power moved past me, my reach continued to grow in preparation for the next chance to gain a new ability. Not for the first time, I thanked my lucky stars, or whatever gods blessed me to allow me this ability instead of the tinker powers I would have had coming to me. A passenger obsessed with crafting was a million times better than the alternatives waiting for anyone who triggered conventionally. It was clear Bakuda was going to be a problem. With those effects, I couldn't rely on any level of physical durability to hold me together. I needed a better way of countering her, or I needed to stay out of her way. Right now, that seemed like the best option. I'm going to have to stop right there, because I'm freezing, and my car is only kind of heated up, but enough for me to get home, which is all I need.